Did you know that Greece has more islands than almost any other country on Earth? That its coastline is longer than France, Spain, and Germany combined? That a single geological event 5 million years ago is the reason those islands exist? And that some of the most famous destinations in the world are nothing more than mountain peaks that slowly drowned? Greece's islands are not a lucky accident of geography. They are the result of forces so ancient and so violent that most people never think to ask how they got there. Get ready. Because in this video, you will discover 25 facts that explain exactly why. Number 25. The Mediterranean Sea itself is geologically young by planetary standards. It formed, dried out almost entirely, and then refilled in a catastrophic flood roughly 5 million years ago when the Atlantic broke through at what is now the Strait of Gibraltar. That refilling drowned the existing landscape and left only the tallest peaks above water. Many of those peaks became the islands of Greece. Number 24. Before the Aegean Sea existed in its current form, a large connected landmass stretched from mainland Greece all the way to the western coast of Turkey. Tectonic forces began pulling that landmass apart, and as sections sank below the waterline, individual peaks became isolated. It happened over millions of years, one ridge at a time. Number 23. The island-forming process in Greece is still active today. The region sits in one of the most seismically unstable zones in Europe, with measurable ground movement recorded every year. Some islands are rising slowly out of the sea due to tectonic pressure, while others are sinking. The shape and number of Greek islands will continue to change. Number 22. The Aegean Sea is unusually shallow for a body of water of its size. Average depths sit at around 200 meters or less. That shallowness tells scientists the land beneath subsided gradually, rather than dropping into a deep oceanic trench. The shallow basin preserved the peaks as islands rather than submerging them completely. Number 21. During the last ice age, which ended roughly 12,000 years ago, global sea levels were about 120 meters lower than today. That drop exposed large sections of the Aegean floor as dry land. Many islands that appear separate on a modern map were connected to one another, and some to mainland Greece or Turkey. The fragmentation happened when the ice melted and the water returned. Number 20. The island of Milos in the Cyclades is one of the most volcanically active pieces of land in Europe. It sits above a magma chamber and its landscape reflects that. Hot springs, sulfur deposits, and dramatic colored rock formations. The ancient Greeks mined obsidian on Milos and exported it across the entire eastern Mediterranean. Obsidian tools from Milos have been found in Anatolia, Egypt, and throughout the Levant. Number 19. The Cyclades were named long before they were fully understood. The word comes from the Greek for circle, because the islands appear to ring the sacred island of Delos in a rough arc. That arrangement reflects an underlying geological feature, an ancient sunken plateau, whose rim became the islands, with the depressed center forming deeper water around Delos. Number 18. Delos covers less than 5 square kilometers, yet for several centuries it was one of the most important islands in the Mediterranean. Its central position within the Cyclades made it the natural meeting point for traders crossing between the mainland and the eastern Aegean. At its peak, it was one of the busiest ports in the ancient world, processing trade from as far as India and Arabia. Number 17. The island of Samos sits so close to the Turkish mainland that in ancient times it was considered part of the Ionian cultural sphere. It is separated from modern Turkey by a strait less than 2 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Samos was the birthplace of Pythagoras, whose theorem is still taught in every school in the world, and was for a time one of the most powerful maritime states in the Aegean. Number 16. The Sporades in the northwestern Aegean are geologically distinct from the Cyclades because they sit on a different part of the sunken Greek landmass. They are forested and green compared to the dry, rocky Cyclades because their rainfall patterns are shaped by northern weather systems. Two island groups 30 miles apart can look like completely different countries because of how they formed. Number 15. The island of Hydra, just off the eastern Peloponnese, became one of the most powerful maritime states in the Mediterranean during the 18th and 19th centuries. Its rocky terrain and lack of agricultural land forced its population to the sea. With almost no flat ground to farm, Hydra's residents built ships instead, and at its height, operated one of the largest privately owned fleets in the Mediterranean world. Number 14. Naxos is the largest island in the Cyclades and the only one with enough fresh water and agricultural land to sustain a large population through history. While most Cycladic islands relied on trade and seafaring, Naxos could produce its own food. That self-sufficiency made it a regional power capable of building temples and supporting a population the other islands simply could not match. Number 13. The island of Chios, in the northeastern Aegean, produces mastic resin from a tree that grows almost nowhere else in the world. That is a product of Chios's unique microclimate and soil composition, specific to one section of one island. Ottoman rulers valued it so highly that Chios was given administrative privileges available to no other Greek territory under their rule. And now we are only halfway through the list. Some of the most surprising facts are still coming. Number 12. Kefalonia, the largest of the Ionian Islands, sits on one of the most active fault systems in Europe. The 1953 earthquake centered nearby reached a magnitude of 7.2, destroyed the majority of the island's historic architecture, and displaced most of its population. The rebuilding effort fundamentally changed the character of the island and erased nearly all of its pre-20th century built heritage. Number 11. The island of Thasos, in the far northern Aegean, is geologically older than most Greek islands. It is composed largely of ancient metamorphic rock, rather than the volcanic or limestone formations typical of the Cyclades. Thasos is unusually forested for a Greek island, and was known in antiquity for its gold and silver mines rather than its agricultural output. Number 10. Samothrace rises to over 1,600 meters from a very small base, one of the steepest islands relative to its size in the Mediterranean. Ancient sailors used its peak as a navigation landmark visible from enormous distances. The famous Winged Victory of Samothrace, now in the Louvre, was placed at the island's highest sanctuary specifically because it could be seen from the open sea. Number 9. The island of Kos, in the Dodecanese, was the birthplace of Hippocrates, the physician whose principles still form the ethical foundation of modern medicine. Kos was chosen as a center of healing partly because of its geography, a sheltered position, reliable fresh water, and a mild year-round climate. The island's natural environment was considered part of the treatment. Number 8. Rhodes receives over 3 million visitors per year, but the entire island covers only about 1,400 square kilometers, roughly the area of a mid-sized American county. It averages over 300 days of sunshine per year due to its position at the southeastern tip of the Aegean, where cloud cover is minimal. That figure is among the highest of any inhabited island in Europe. Number 7. The undersea geography between the Greek islands is as complex as the islands themselves. Submarine ridges, underwater volcanic structures, and ancient river channels carved when the Aegean was dry land all exist beneath the surface. The 2021 discovery of a massive submarine volcano called Colombo, just 8 kilometers northeast of Santorini, reminded scientists that the island-forming process is far from finished. Number 6. Patmos covers only about 34 square kilometers, but its position at the edge of the Dodecanese gave it religious significance far exceeding its size. Its naturally fortified hilltop and remote location made it a place of isolation sought by both empires and religious communities. The monastery built there in the 11th century still controls a significant portion of the island's land today. Number 5. Corfu's position at the entrance to the Adriatic made it the subject of one of the earliest formal international disputes in modern history. In 1923, Italian forces bombarded and briefly occupied the island, and the incident went to the newly formed League of Nations, one of its first major tests. The League failed to act decisively, and Italy withdrew only after Greece paid compensation. Number 4. The Greek government has never completed a definitive census of all its islands. The number quoted officially ranges between 6,000 and 6,500, depending on how minimum size is defined and which survey method is used. Several attempts to produce a final count have been abandoned. Greece uses different numbers in different legal and maritime contexts. Number 3. The island of Lesbos is home to the world's only petrified forest, preserved in a marine island environment. Roughly 20 million years ago, subtropical forest was buried by volcanic eruptions and mineralized over time. The preserved trees include species no longer found in Europe, including relatives of sequoias and palms. The site covers over 15,000 hectares and is a UNESCO Global Geopark. Number 2. The concentration of islands in the Aegean created a dynamic where no single city-state could dominate all the sea lanes. Any power controlling the mainland still had to contend with island communities capable of resupplying, blockading, or redirecting maritime traffic. That reality forced ancient Greek politics toward negotiation, alliance, and sea power, rather than land-based conquest. The islands did not just shelter people. They shaped the entire character of Greek civilization. Number 1. The total combined length of Greek island coastlines exceeds 11,000 kilometers, enough to rank Greece among the top 20 countries by coastline length even if it had no mainland at all. Each kilometer of island coastline means more fishing territory, more maritime boundary, and more legal claim to the seafloor beneath it. Greece's islands are not a scenic feature. They are its primary geographic asset, shaping its economy, its security, and its place in the world. Which of those facts surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below. The next geography video is already waiting. And a like and a subscribe to Beyond-Geo-Borders helps more people find it.